The number one reason you want to get a Medicare supplement policy is the Part B coinsurance. Once you've met your Part B deductible of $257 in 2025, Medicare is then responsible for 80% of your bill. That leaves 20% that either is going to be paid by you or paid by a Medicare supplement policy. Why don't you want to be stuck with that 20%? Because it is uncapped. So in other words, whether the bill is $1,000 where you owe 20% or $1,000,000 where you owe 20%, that is all going to fall onto your savings. So that's why you want to get this Medicare supplement policy to protect you. But what happens if the premium is too expensive for you, but yet you want to stay in original Medicare where you can see any doctor you want and you don't have to deal with prior authorization? Here's one option. You could consider Medicare Supplement High Deductible Plan G. So I took a random zip code in the Tampa area. And so this is just an example of a 65-year-old female. If she took out Plan G, she's going to spend about $214. If she goes to that high deductible plan, it's going to be about $81. It's a pretty significant difference, but what does she have to do with this lower premium? She's basically stepping in the shoes of the Medicare supplement policy for the first $2,870 of gaps. Once she's paid that amount out of pocket and she meets the Part B deductible too, then she is in the same shoes as anybody else in Plan G, where the 20% is going to be covered at 100%. Do need to know that that $2,800 is in a calendar year. So if you start in October and you meet it in those 3 months, you do start over January 1st. So that is a planning point when you're thinking about that. So is it worth it to do this so that you could stay in original Medicare, knowing that you could cap your out-of-pocket spend? For some people, it's going to be worth it. You look at the numbers, you do the math. Every zip code, the math is going to be a little bit different. But also know that while you're playing with these numbers, you may want to consider Medicare Supplement Plan N. In this exact same zip code, and I got to look here at the number, had she considered N, she'd be paying $156. So it's somewhere in the middle. So there's lots of ways to approach this. So make sure you find someone that can help you and you'll figure out the math and what best fits your needs.